Welcome to today's masterclass, 5 shifts to total body transformation for the 40 plus woman, or how to get in the best shape of your life after 40. Slim, strong, shapely, healthy, and beautiful. I'm Karen McCoy, and I will be your host today. So who is this masterclass for? This is for you if you're a 40 plus woman who wants to transform her body, to lose unwanted pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, wanting more shape, tone, and tightness, greater strength, better health. You want to experience a successful body transformation that works. No more do-overs. You don't want to waste any more time or money on diets or trainers or programs that don't yield results. And you're ready to step outside mainstream and learn a fresh way. So what we're going to chat about today is the two biggest lies you've been told about weight loss, and likely you've been doing both of them for years. The real reason you can't stay consistent in your healthy living plan, and it's not lack of motivation or willpower. The secret ritual you must do every morning for success. The 4 food rules that must be in place for you to lose the weight and keep it off and look and feel great. And what you must have in order to reach your own successful and sustainable body transformation. As 40 plus vintage women, our body and needs are unique, so our strategy must be unique also. I'm Karen McCoy. I am an exercise specialist, weight training gal, former competitor, yoga teacher, sports nutritionist, life coach, and I help 40 plus women get into the best shape of their lives. I help them to stop the do-overs and get out of the loop of try, fail, try, fail, try, fail, sometimes where women have been sitting for decades. I help them stop the self-sabotage, the unconscious pieces, drop the weight and keep it off, of course, create a body they can be proud of, and ensure they are there for the people they care about and love. And this is all about aging well, healthy, lean, and strong. This is about creating a straight line to physique success. So, does this sound like you? You value your health, but over time, things have slipped. You want to return to a healthier, leaner, shapelier you. You read a lot about nutrition, exercise, weight loss, and you tried a ton of things, but you still can't make it work. And some might even call you an info junkie. You think you just need more motivation or willpower, but you just can't seem to stay on track. You're good most of the day, but at the end of the day, it unravels, and weekends and social outings can be trying as well. You're tired of circling the drain and restarting every few months or every year. You just want results that last so you can get on with your beautiful life. And what worked for you when you were younger just doesn't work anymore. You feel frustrated, your body is changing, and you don't know what to do. Your doctor tells you there's nothing wrong, but you still don't have any real hard answers as to why your body has changed and what's really going on. So here's where your current strategy, or shall I say lack of strategy, is the problem. You're focusing on cardio and you're cutting calories to lose the weight. This is the wrong approach. We'll look at that in a minute. You're doing Beachbody, CrossFit, circuits, or HIIT with no real results. Again, we'll touch on that later. You're back and forth with macros, calories, formulas, your Fitbit. You're trying different foodie things all the time. Keto, intermittent fasting, low carb, paleo, vegan, but nothing appeals to you, or it's not sustainable and it's not enjoyable. You Google search, you watch YouTube and TikTok, hoping that the answer is out there. So this is why your strategy is not working for you. You actually have no real strategy. You're just kind of playing whack-a-mole with your health and wellness and your body transformation goals. You're not training or eating your age. You're in the do-it-yourself mode. You're older now, and what worked then simply won't work anymore. And so this is where you might be asking, well, what do you truly need to win at this body transformation game? I call it a body transformation blueprint. We need a map to go from where we are to where we want to be. So we're going to look at the 3 mainstays, food, movement, and mindset, but from a different perspective. So let me just circle back to what I promised to look at, is that the 2 biggest lies, cutting calories and dieting, is the best way to lose weight. It is untrue. So let's take a look at a common scenario. Let's look at our food. So this is the worst weight loss strategy. Does this sound like you? You go on a diet to try to lose the weight. You add in more cardio to try to boost that metabolism because that's what you've read, right? You portion your food, you cut more calories. It all seems to be working for a while, then the weight loss stalls out. So you've hit another weight loss plateau, and you could sit there for weeks, months, or even longer. So you try harder, you train longer at the gym, you increase your cardio. Maybe you weren't doing enough. You cut more calories, but the scale won't budge. And in fact, it looks like it's coming back on. Nothing seems to be working anymore. And you start feeling really depressed and despondent. It's happened before and it's happening again. So what's really going on is that you've entered what we call the diet triad of false fat loss. There's three phases. The first phase is the immediate or honeymoon phase. This is a fast weight loss where you see the pounds drop on the scale, but it's mostly water and some of that precious muscle. Then there's a plateau. This is where there's a slowing down of weight loss results. The body starts getting wiser to your acts and it starts putting on the brakes. And then the cumulative phase is the scary phase. This is where the body starts to rebel. It slows metabolism even more to compensate, and it allows the weight to come back on easier now. And this is where 100 calories will act like 300 calories. So this is an all too common scenario for us women over 40. So sadly, with every diet attempt, things get worse. Your set point rises, which means where your body naturally holds weight, it continues to rise with every diet attempt. And the reason for that is because the body is putting on the brakes because it feels like it's in feast or famine, and it starts to hoard the body fat with every accumulative diet attempt because it is here for survival and it wants to survive. And survival means increasing the fat stores. And every diet puts this message into the body. Let's look at our movement now. So this is where women over 40 are not training their age. So the 40 plus woman has a unique biochemistry, unique nervous system, hormone and metabolism changes that require a very different strategy. So you may be familiar with some of these. There's the beloved burpees that we all love to hate so much. There's the battling ropes. I'm telling you, I would never put any woman on battling ropes. It's too tricky for the shoulders. It invites injury. Then, of course, there's the CrossFit pull-ups or the clean and jerks, the overheads. These are all really, really dangerous to women over 40. If you're doing them and you've done them for a long time and you love them, great. But they are very dangerous and they don't add into the shape and tone that we want to see, as well as boosting our metabolism. We can also look at different training protocols out there. Beachbody, I love Beachbody, and I maybe looked like that when I was 21. It doesn't work at this age anymore. HIIT is something that's new, or not so new, but this is where women are doing a bit of lifting, and then in between they might do hijacks or running on the spot, or little cardio bursts to try to increase their metabolism. And what it's doing is it's just delaying their body shaping results. Boot camp is great. Let's get outside and do our stuff. Absolutely. But we still need a more targeted approach to training the body. And of course, we talked about cardio. Cardio in absence of weight training is just teaching our body to take the muscle off, which is our shape and tone, our immune system, and our metabolism. And it is allowing our body to partition where it's holding on to the body fat. And we do not want that as women over 40. The other thing that we have to take into consideration is our precious nervous system. So it comes into play big time as we age, and the nervous system runs the show, guys. So this is where it gets affected by the food we take in. This is why we need quality whole foods coming into our system. Exercise is really important. We need to be able to recover and use appropriate exercise that doesn't burn out the nervous system. Weather, of course, affects the nervous system. Toxins in our air and water and food really hit the nervous system. Hydration, sleep, medications, all that stuff. But the biggest component that we need to be aware of when it comes to managing our nervous system, which is our health and our vitality, is emotions. So this is why I'm really big on the third aspect, mindset. So mindset is not willpower or motivation. It is not your fault if you can't stay motivated, guys. This is the inner landscape. So science shows us that 95% of our beliefs are unconscious, and that is what's running the show. But you can't change what you can't see. So this is where we need to update our operating system, our brain, our psyche, if you will, in order for real change and real results to happen. So it's kind of like We can't put a new programming like a new workout or a new food plan on top of an old operating system, because the operating system needs to be upgraded so that it can come to a different place of programming. So this is where we need to manage our outer world, our stress, our challenges, what life is happening to us. So our bodies return to homeostasis, fancy word for balance, which lowers cortisol and inflammation and allows our body to release the weight. It becomes more alkaline instead of acidic. So it's not about changing the external environment so much, it's the internal environment that we learn to shift first and foremost. This is where I'll hear a lot of women say, well, I've done a lot of therapy and counseling over the years. I do yoga and I meditate every day. I've taken tons of self-development programs. All of this stuff is really, really great, guys. But it's not necessarily changing your inner world, the foundation, the 95% that's unconscious. So, because this is why I always ask then, if we do all that stuff, why isn't our body in health where we want it to be? It's because we're not accessing the undercurrents of who we are. I want to just share with you a couple scenarios to try to explain this point. So Dr. Sam, she was an optometrist. She was very well educated, and she wanted to get the weight off of her body. She was around 175 pounds. Every time she embarked on a new program, she would hit the 150-pound mark and would freeze, and she could never get below it. And what would happen is there would be an unconscious self-sabotage, and the weight would slowly come on. And she thought it was just her body deceiving her. It wasn't. We did some mindset work and some coaching around this. And what we found was an unveiling of the unconscious voices in her head. So she came from a family where education was highly regarded, and that was your status symbol. And it was almost, it was unconsciously put on her that, well, that training stuff and wanting to have a great body, that's not near as important. And you're not an athlete, you're educated, you shouldn't be piddling around in the gym. Those voices kept coming back. And it wasn't until we did some one-on-one empowerment coaching where Sam came to understand what was running the show. And then, of course, we did some work around beliefs and around expanding her self-identity. And then she was able to go in with a fresh framework, and she went below her 150 pounds, and she looks and feels amazing today. Another lady is Cordelia. She was an older lady who had a ton of businesses, very successful in her outside world, but she came to me to say, I don't understand. I'm out there and I'm successful in the world of business and ownership, but I can't manage my body. I can't get rid of this 50 pounds. And the reason for that was because it's a very different blueprint. So often when women have high levels of education, they're career oriented, they're high achievers, they actually are further away from their body goals because they're using a different aspect of their belief system. And that's what we need to get underneath. So this is a story of B. I'll call her B. And this is another mindset issue I want to share. I had something called the 10-week best shape challenge, and I ran it for years very successfully. And B would show up and she would lose anywhere from 25 to 30 pounds, and she'd be feeling great. Then she'd go on to the maintenance part of the program, and she would do that for a while. And slowly in time, the old habit would come in where life would happen and she'd fall away. And I wouldn't hear from her for like 6 months. She would come back the next year to enroll into the challenge. And again, she would lose the weight and keep it off. And then the same pattern would happen. She'd stay with it for a while, and then she'd fall away from the program. And then the third year, she would come back. And what we came to understand, again, with some deeper coaching, was that her default setting was on, I'll try this, I'll do it, it'll work, I'll fail. I got to come back again. I need a program to get me going. I'll do it, I'll lose the weight, and then I'll fail. And this was her pattern. She was saying to herself, I can't do it on my own. I need a program. And as soon as I leave the program, I'm not instilling the lessons. I am just falling away, and I come back again. And it was exhausting to her. So this is where, again, I want you to just consider that if you are super successful in your work, your career, your community, having a high level of education, it is sometimes confusing for women to say, why can't I get in shape? Because I have all the information, I'm well educated, because again, it's a different blueprint. And also, there's no real strategy when you're taking on a YouTube video or you're grabbing another diet plan. If you're going to build a business, you're going to build a house, you have to have a roadmap. And if you don't, it's just going to be willy-nilly all over the place. And unfortunately, this is where a lot of women are operating from. The other thing is they are trying to fit their health plan into their life instead of it becoming their life. And this is what I mean. For those of us that live lean and strong and we stay there and we age differently with health and wellness in mind and we don't falter, it's because it's who we are. It's not what we do. So let me explain this. So here's your life, and you got your busy life. You got your family, you got your career, you've got your social life, and then we have our health plan. We've got the food, we've got to find time for it, we've got to maintain consistency in this, we've got our training happening, we have goals around the body, but it is sitting outside of our life and we're trying to fit it in. As long as it's an either or, it will never work. And what we need to do is have it become the fabric of who we are. So again, it's not what we do, it's who we are. And then all of your healthy living plans and your body transformation strategy is integrated into the whole of your life. So it becomes automatic. So you don't fall away from your food plan. You don't fall away from your training because it's naturally embedded in your habits. And this is the mindset work. So we must have strategy and structure in our food. And this is where we look at 4 factors: the number of meals, the timings, the portions, and the macros. And it's customized, individualized for every woman that I work with, because it needs to be. If it's not going to work. So that's the first aspect. The second strategy and structure has to be in our movement. So again, we have to look at what type of movement, what are our goals, how much time do we have to devote to it? And we have to manage recovery, which is that nervous system, super, super important. And then, of course, we have to have strategy and structure in our mindset practices. And this is the body transformation blueprint. So when we look at it, we have the 3 aspects. Number 1 is mindset, guys. It has to be the first thing that we go to, because we can't create and maintain change unless we have a change within to support those changes, which are the food plan, again, which is customized, and it needs to be. If it's not customized, it's not going to work for you. And it does not mean cutting out food groups. It does not mean any trendy diet, because those are not sustainable lifelong practices, guys. And the movement piece has to be in there as well. If we don't have a strategy and structure around the movement, it will fall away in time, and our bodies need loving movement to keep us healthy. So when women come to work with me, the first thing that we do is we do a beliefs detox. This is an exercise that they do. And we have 5 big fears: fear of loss, fear of failure, a fear of what others will think, a fear of what I have to give up, and then a fear of not being worthy enough. And all of these is an exercise that my women do so that they get to the unconscious piece and they start getting those aha moments and going, oh my gosh, I've been carrying this with me for decades. This does not serve me. And again, a lot of our beliefs are conscious and we may know of them, but the majority of them are not. And this is not a painful exercise. It's actually very freeing because they get to let go of what's not serving them anymore. So again, we are updating that operating system for them. And then real change, meaning the food strategy and the movement strategy, can take root and grow, because that foundation piece, the 80%, which is the mindset, is now nurtured and nourished. And it's a beautiful place to be. So please remember, you cannot have a physical transformation without an emotional transformation. And this has to be the seed that needs to grow, is working from the inside out, not the outside in. So this is Jen. So Jen, I've known Jen for probably 15 years. She came to me for a training and nutrition program. After a while, she came to understand, I really want to learn about mindset, because she wasn't successful in her weight loss. She really dug in and did the work. Jen works with me as a mindset coach because she is so strong in this area, and she had to learn through experience. 7 years later, she's kept 100 pounds off, and it is with ease now. She's living very healthy and very happy, and she had to change her mindset. This is Kristen. Kristen came to me as a personal trainer and a nutritionist, frustrated with her own lack of weight loss. She was trying all sorts of things, low carb, and intermittent fasting. Her training was off. We got 30 pounds off of her, down 9% in body fat. And she now is living consistently years later from a very easy place. Actually, I think she's down even more weight. And she has that lovely definition that she always wanted to see. And again, she was ready and open to be able to consider that the mindset piece had to come into all of this. So please imagine, ladies, never going through another weight bound rebound again. Enjoying food freedom. We are supposed to love and honor our food. We don't eat numbers, we eat real food. Enjoying a strong working metabolism that carries you through the years. Creating a strong, shapely, healthy body that looks and feels amazing. And imagine wearing your favorite clothes and loving how you look in them. And of course, feeling so proud of yourself. So this is about enjoying a body transformation that gets you results now and forever. No more start overs, no more wasting time or money, no more trying to figure it out yourself, no more Google searches, no more diets or calorie cuts that leave you exhausted and frustrated. So we need to have all 5 shifts working together within a strategy that works, and it is something that you repeat at any moment. That is the skill set and the toolkit that we work from. So we looked at food and movement and mindset as it pertains to the 40 plus woman, but let's just add in the other 2, accountability and mentoring. So accountability and support. Are you being accountable and being held accountable in your body transformation program? Are you being fully supported? And fully supported means Big C coaching, where the coach is with you every step of the way. And she is teaching you how to use different tools along the way, and you're learning to grasp them and apply them to yourself. That is the most important piece, is the coach should be working herself out of a job so that you can manage and learn from a higher place. And the mentoring piece, do you have a coach or mentor to guide and support you on the path? Somebody who's walked the walk, who is a living, breathing example of you and where you want to be. That is so important. She needs to inspire you into recognizing and knowing that you can live in the way that a lot of these aging women are living, with sustainability and ease and flow, and being in the greatest body and the greatest life moving forward. So this is what we looked at today. So the 2 biggest lies you've been told about weight loss is the cardio and dieting, which we looked at. The real reason you can't stay consistent, it is mindset, guys. So the training and the food is the 20%, the 80% is the mindset. The secret ritual you must do every morning for success, this is what I build into every one of my clients' programs, is the mindset piece. We do mantras, we do belief work, we do self-identity work, we do journaling. We have various toolkits that we use called putting a chink in the chain and the pause breath. These are all things that we do every single morning. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it sets us up for success the rest of the day. The 4 food rules that must be in place for you to lose the weight and keep it off. Meals, timings, portions, and macros, which we looked at, they are a must, and it must be customized for you. And what you must have in order to reach your own successful and sustainable body transformation are these 5 factors, these 5 shifts: the food, the movement, the mindset, the accountability, and the support. So who do I work with? I work with women over 40 who've been stuck in their weight loss, their body transformation goals, and are wanting a straight, sustainable health strategy. Women who are tired of today's trendy tactics, mainstream ways. Women who value their health and they are ready to put themselves first. Women who value expertise and are ready to listen and learn from an expert. And women who are excited to craft a lean, strong, healthy, gorgeous body. And women who want a tried and true system that she can plug into at any time. If there is a fall away, she knows how to come back. So where do we go from here? So I've set aside time in the next 48 hours to speak to you to assess where you are, what you want, and where you need to go. And I'll take a look at your current plan, see what's working and what's not, learn what your goals and dreams are, And I will help to create a solid strategy to get you unstuck and moving forward in your health and wellness goals. I do not charge for these goals or for these calls, ladies. Okay. So why am I doing this and why am I doing it for free? Because I love helping women reclaim their health and vitality and coach them into their best body and best self. And because I want women to embrace aging and recognize how beautiful and powerful they truly are. And please know this, I am you. I walk the walk as a now 60 plus woman. I'm a business owner, author, speaker, wife, and mother. I am busy in my business and my life, but I have gone through everything that you're going through, and I have devoted myself the last 35 years to coaching at the deepest level as a coach to female empowerment and that beautiful body transformation because they go hand in hand. And if you want to step outside the norm and learn a fresh approach to creating your beautiful physique at 40, 50, 60 plus years of age, please click this link below. This is a link to booking a call with me, a free 45-minute call. When you click on that link, warriorwomanfitness.com/apply, it will take you to a questionnaire. And on that questionnaire, there's a few short questions. It'll take you about 10 minutes to complete. I do need that completed so I can see where you're at, so I can see where I can help you. And we will jump on a call that you will schedule around your schedule, around your convenience, and I will book a call with you and we will take a look at where you are and I can help to get clear and craft a strategy for you. If I see that we can work together, I will show you what that looks like. If not, and it's not a good fit, no problem. I am here just to support. And I want you to be comfortable in either gathering the information that you need to take this further for yourself, or if you want to work with me, I can show you what that looks like. So there's my beautiful family. On the West Coast, Pacific Ocean. I'm on Vancouver Island here. And yeah, I have more dogs, just as many dogs as people in my family. So again, there is my form. There is my booking link, warriorwomanfitness.com/apply. And if you want to chat, I would love to chat with you. And thank you for taking time to listen to this masterclass. And I hope to chat with you soon. Okay, bye-bye.